Well, I'm now joined by the IACP's International Division Chair and Vice Chair, that's Nelson Garcia and Barbara Fleury. Welcome both.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
So a topic close to my own heart, as you can imagine, the I in IACP. So we're talking about the international membership of the IACP. Let's kick right off. How important is the international membership to the IACP?
I would say it's the essence, because the International Association of Chiefs of Police has an international name as part of its name. So it's the whole reason why we're here, and that's the practical purpose of gathering the chiefs executive chiefs from all across the world in order to share their best practices and ideas, in order to learn from each other what they're doing and tackling basically the relevant essence, same issues that they face in their own countries.
And I think also, I think the term was coined some 20 years ago of, police locally and think globally. But I think today it stands more so than anything very important to us. When you look at policing today in the 21st century, more and more we need to have the means to connect with each other, not only in sharing information, but to be able to analyze that information, to be efficient in what we do. And by being better connected and networked throughout the world, we're able to police better.
As you go through, with the advent of the modernization and information technology, especially with the internet, things have gone very fast and quickly disseminated across the world, and bringing in bigger and challenges for policing along with that. So when we're gathered in this kind of event, where you have police executives from all over the world, that helps a lot of us to understand and better build some relations and also solutions for the problems that we face together.
Let's get the numbers out of the way. So how many countries are we talking about?
Over 100. Over 100, and as you know, the organization is comprised of about 21,000 police executives and more than 100 countries.
Give me some examples, if you will, of that best practice in action. Where has it actually made a difference to members of the IACP?
Let me give you a very recent example. You probably have heard of the different violent acts that take place through different countries, namely North Africa, and other countries, North America, South America, namely Brazil, for example. And we have learned a lot in very recent events facilitated by the IACP, where the cyber crime, the social media events that are taking place facilitated by the social media is something that's growing a lot. And that has brought a lot of concerns and challenges for the police to face. And in these events, we discuss these issues and learn from each other how they have come over with that.
That's a very good example. And with the World Cup coming up next year,
Definitely,
couldn't be more relevant. And from a North American perspective, it's great, isn't it, to have all these experiences coming together at an event like this?
Yes, and I think we have an obligation to ensure that our police leaders, are exposed to a variety of new technologies, variety of teaching methods, and training opportunities. So the IACP really provides, leaders from around the world the opportunity not only to network, but to learn from each other best practices, to look at the new technology that's available to do their work. And so for us, and we have an obligation for the experts to share that knowledge with those that may not have that expertise or accessibility to it. So by being effective and efficient by providing a variety of manners to better police, I think it makes us all more professional and able to help the population that we serve.
So moving forward, what's the vision for the international wing of the IACP moving forward?
Well, we have to keep in mind that this world is comprised of diversity. And when you talk about diversity, you want to be inclusive. And we need to respect the different cultures. We need to respect the different social, economical differences that we have across the globe, which also impacts the police organizations as well. Having said that, we are developing ideas and discussions in order to be able to reach out even more to these different countries where you have these differences. the rules that we enforce, the laws that we enforce may be different, but the challenges, the issues that we face in our countries are very much, you know, probably the same. And having, because of that, so we discuss ideas on how to better outreach to these, taking in consideration these differences of their realities. I want to mention also there's a lot of topics of interest and I want to probably highlight here a very important happening. Barbara is replacing me at this conference. She will be the incoming International Vice President, and she will be the first senior female to take over this position in history of the organization. So I think that sends a special message out there as well to say, hey, the IACP is also concerned about gender mainstreaming, not only gender balance. I would say in a more holistic approach also, we're also concerned about this topic as well.
Well, thank you both very much indeed for joining us. Congratulations, Barbara, and thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.